Hi, this is Rawk. We've been talking with Peanut Butter Wolf at the Movement, formerly Demp, in Detroit.
There's no longer Demp?
No longer Demp. It's now the Movement.
Like Pluto, arrogant as fuck, hopping out the Benz Tudo. Up in the club, confidence like a model. Smoking on a swisher, just caught me a bottle. Step to a bitch and she fronted on me. Pour alcohol on her like a scratch CD.
What are some of the first artists that you listened to, like when you were growing up? Like what influenced you?
I guess for me, my influences, I mean, when I was really young, I didn't even know the names, you know, I would just hear, I was kind of hearing like disco music and stuff like that, and then I guess, I remember actually, I was just reading this thing in Spin magazine about the song YMCA by the Village People, and that's like, when it came out, I was recording Casey Kasem's Top 40, which is like a weekly show of like the top 40 songs. And I actually took a microphone up to a boombox and recorded it that way. But, you know, like back then, I didn't have money for records. But I guess like when hip-hop first came out with Rapper's Delight, that's when I first started buying records. So it was like really a good year to get started in 1979.
So what was your first concert? Like the first one you ever went to? Like even if it was with your parents, like what was it?
Well, my first concert that I didn't get into was Egyptian Lover. I actually saw Kool and the Gang before that, but Egyptian Lover was something I was really like excited to see back then. So I was really upset when I didn't get in. But yeah, I mean, I was like at that age. Actually, I opened up for this girl called Trenier, who was like she did kind of freestyle music. She worked with this guy, Pretty Tony, back then, and like. If people hear her songs, they know it, but they just don't know the name of the artist. But this was like '87. That was the first time I was on a stage. And that was just interesting because we shared the backstage with her, and she came, I remember like it was yesterday, she came in a pink Rolls-Royce limo, and she kicked us out of the backstage. She's like, who are these kids in my stage, you know, in my area? But I didn't really start going into shows until like I guess I was a little older, like till I was like 18, 19. So.
Well, what was your first show that you actually picked?
I think one of the early ones that I can remember. Well, definitely when Run DMC and LL Cool J, they came with the Beastie Boys, and the Beastie Boys, they didn't have any albums out yet. They just had 2 singles out, and no one knew who they were. But I was like that geeky white hip-hop kid that came to see the white hip-hop group too, you know. I mean, I love Run DMC, obviously, like they're I played some Run DMC tonight, but I guess in '86, like no one had known who the Beastie Boys were yet, and everyone knew who Run DMC was, so I was there to support the underdog more. But that was definitely like one of my first shows where I actually got in. And I also got to see Eric B. and Rakim and Biz Markie. This was like when they first came out, and you know that was like, it was called the Fresh Fest. So to be like a part of that like golden era, you know, like even like, you know, this MC that I worked with, Charisma, rest in peace. I was in a group with him, and we got to share the stage with like Far Side when they first came out, and Black Sheep.
Who are some of your artists on Stone Throw?
Some of my artists, Madlib is one that, you know, Madlib is like, there you go. Madlib's like 5 or 6 of my artists. He's Quasimodo, DJ Rel's, J-Lib, Mad Villain, you know, half of Madlib, or half of Mad Villain, half of J-Lib. Did stuff with Dudley, did stuff with Ono. Ono's actually a very, very underrated, talented artist on Stone's Throw as well. We have so many people. There's a guy, Koshik, that's coming out soon. Guilty Simpson, we just put his album out. James Pants. We do a lot of different styles of music, so.